Hey there, and thank you so much for tapping on this video. I'm Jordan Kelly with Working Aussies Homestead, and today we are going to go over our September budget and plan our October budget. I know it's already mid-October, we're a little bit behind, but thank you so much for tagging along. Let's get started. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Every Dollar budgeting app, and it's gonna ask me first thing if I want to go ahead and start my October budget yet. I'm not quite ready, so we're gonna go back up and go over our September budget and really look at that. So if you guys remember, we planned on having a lot of extra this month. However, as things happen, Murphy's Law, whatever you want to call it, we had a couple of emergencies come up. But that's why we have an emergency fund, and that's why this is all set in place for us. So if you are not familiar with Dave Ramsey's baby steps, baby step number 1 is save up $1,000. And that is your emergency fund. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. $1,000 covers most emergencies. Step number 2 is becoming debt-free. So obviously, if you've been following our journey, that is the step we are on. We started with $97,000 of student loan debt. That was almost 3.5 years ago. And we've paid off quite a bit of it since. We're still working through that. We paid a lot of things for cash. We've had a lot of different medical bills come up, and we've been able to really cash flow all of those. So let's get back to where we were, back with our September budget. Going through the budget, our income, we met both of our goals, which was awesome. Homesteading, dog training. We sold some books, and then I also ended up doing just some boarding. So all of our utilities, normal, everything was fine. We did go a little bit over our grocery budget. We bought our beef box, and we did spend a little extra as well. We did go over our gas budget, $9.36 over to be exact. So that is in there now. Insurance, maintenance, trailer pin, car wash. Feed, however, we did not go all the way up to 400. We only did $310.59, so let's edit that in there. All right. Adobe, we ordered our chicks. They should be here, I think, in a couple days. So we'll see. Maybe by the time this video comes out, we might have some more chicks here. 25 of them. So trees are in here, and not the full price of trees. I need to go in and edit that. But what we did is we sold some books that Josh found in one of the closets that he doesn't use anymore. We sold them to a guy down in Florida, and that paid for our trees. So even though it's part of our budget because we did put everything in there, that's where that money came from. We were going to wait for the trees because obviously they're a little expensive, $449 for trees. But the books that we sold, we decided that that money was going to be designated specifically for the trees. And then propane, and then we also had some designs created for some new t-shirt and stickers for our brand, Working Aussies Homestead. So be on the lookout for those in the future. We're probably going to do some sort of pre-order sales for either t-shirts or stickers or both. So keep your eye out for that. So for transportation, we had an emergency with my vehicle. We needed new brake pads, new rotors, and a couple other things fixed on it. And that was just shy of $500. So out of our $1,000 emergency fund, boop, there went that almost $500. And then we had an incident with Finn's neutering site, and I woke up one morning about a week and a half ago now, and he was bleeding, and I couldn't get him to stop bleeding. And of course, it was on a Sunday, and so we drove him to the closest emergency vet hospital, which was almost 40 minutes away from here. They were able to get it to stop bleeding. However, he had to go in for surgery and they had to do several layers of sutures. That was almost $850. So, ouch. So that is not technically in here. I really need to go in here and clean this up to make sure everything's accounted for. But all of the extra money that we were going to pay towards the debt this month actually went to our emergencies. So in the meantime, what Dave Ramsey talks about, if you do have an emergency come up, is, use that emergency fund to go and pay for those emergencies. But then after that, instead of continuing to try to pay more on your debt, then your goal is to build up that emergency fund back up. And so that will be the next thing we do, is rather than continue to pay off debt this coming month or the following month, it'll be to actually just build up our emergency fund back. So keep that in mind. Finn is healing nicely. His suture site is looking really good, really clean today. So he should be able to get the top layer of sutures out in another week or so. But that's all in there. I'm telling you guys, when life gives you lemons, it doesn't always make the sweetest lemonade. Sometimes it's a little sour. So anywho, Asia's in there, shipping the books. I went ahead and got a pedicure because, sometimes you just need to treat yourself. But I want to preface this. The pedicure was had before the emergencies happened. Just want to put that out there. It wasn't like, oh, we had an emergency, I'm gonna go get my nails done. They were done before the emergencies, but I'm sure you guys know we're not the kind of people who do that. And then we paid $510.88 towards Josh's loan and $236.66 towards my medical bills. So let's go in and start October. Again, guys, this is another one of those months where we just really pray a lot. Sorry, I'm gonna get a little emotional here. I've been a little emotional today. But we have a lot of blessings in this life and we are thankful for so much. And we know that He is so good and that what we are doing is what we've been called to do. And so with that, we have a lot of faith some months, a lot of faith that things will work out, that we'll be okay. Obviously, the 2 emergencies that we had in September is big. That's a big deal. And then October, as we go into creating this next month's budget, I want you guys to keep that in mind. This isn't easy, what we're doing. We're doing a whole bunch of things all at the same time. And there are times where Josh and I think, you know what? This is too much. We are doing too much. We need to take something off our plate. We need to figure something out. And just when we get to that point, that is when He reminds us we're right where we're supposed to be, doing exactly what we're supposed to do. So with that said, let's go dive into starting our October budget. We're going to go up to the top. It's going to ask me if I want to create it again. I'm going to say yes. Okay. So then it's going to transfer everything back over again. But we're going to go in and adjust everything. So starting at the top, Josh and I were both off for the past 6 days. So with that being said, we are going to adjust this to be a little bit more realistic and hope that we meet these goals. Kind of the awesome thing though is starting October 4th, we actually both got a raise. So that's awesome. We both got a $2.50 raise, which in the big scheme of things averages to be an extra $300 a month. The bummer with that is we won't see that until towards the end of the month, towards that paycheck. However, we've been off for the past week for that paycheck. I'm excited to see what that looks like for November and December. especially with us working some of those holidays that are time and a half. So, but anyway, so that's why that's adjusted in there that way. For the homestead, we're just gonna put $50 in here. It's a slow season. We are kind of going back to the basics. For dog training, this is gonna go back down to $310. I'm working on getting a couple more clients this month to really help. We're gonna knock books out on here. And then for boarding, we're doing $260. So, because we have had a little Aussie puppy here for the past 13 days. So his dad should be picking him up tomorrow, I believe. So it's funny, our mortgage payment is like $5 less than it was last month. Not quite sure why, but it's fine. We're gonna do $40.88 for water. Electric is, oh, sorry, this is natural gas. Electric was $215. It was actually like $214 something. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately. Trash, $27.17. So 5 cents more. So that's in there. Then we've got our phone, our storage unit. All right, so groceries, we're gonna put $300 in here. And no beef box this month. No extra this month. Gas, we did $400. Josh took the trip up to Virginia, and I took the trip out to Kentucky. Like I said, it's a little different when we're going back through and making the budget, even though it's mid-October. But, you know, you just do what you gotta do sometimes. All right, so insurance is in here. Maintenance we can take out. Trailer pin I'm gonna take out. I'm just gonna change this to Corolla because we have the tags and the inspection that need to be done. The tags are $94.84 and the inspection is $15. So that's gonna be, let's see, $15 is $109.84. All right, so that's in there. Feed, we're gonna go back up to $400. And Adobe's in here. Chicks doesn't need to be in here. Trees doesn't need to be in here. Propane I'm gonna change to Banner. And that was $85.60. We bought a banner for the Homesteaders of America conference, but we're also able to use it for our farmers market. So that's on there. So banner, save. Then this one is gonna be called t-shirts. I had a couple t-shirts made for Josh to be able to wear to the event. We have naughty cats. So the t-shirts were $80.05 altogether. So we're just going to do food for the dogs and cats together. And that was $225.59. Herding, not in there. Finn, not in there. ASEA is still $159.92. Not doing that. Not doing this. I did go to the eye doctor today. And it was $40. That was my copay. And then Josh's loan, he said was, let's put $320. And then I do have one more medical bill for $60. So going back up to the top, this is our October budget. And right now it says we are $567.15 over budget. Like I said before, this is where we pray a lot and keep the faith and know that everything's going to be okay, no matter what way that goes. When we have months like this, it's tough. But if Josh and I have learned anything from being on this path of becoming debt-free, it is that we are hardworking people. We also know how to be frugal. And we also know how to hustle and make it happen. And that's the biggest thing for us in this journey overall, is just not giving up, because we know that in the end it will be so worth it for us to be debt free and not have to answer to anybody but ourselves. We're so excited. We're so close. We're so close. We're under $49,000 away. We're so close, guys. And I can hardly wait. I know Josh can hardly wait. So if you're out there and you're just starting out in Dave Ramsey's journey, you got this. It's gonna be okay. I promise. Those first couple months when you make that budget and you're like, this is not working out, nothing adds up, we're already this far in the hole, I'm telling you guys, pray about it, be faithful, and so will he. So, you got this. Thank you again so much for watching today's video. Until next time, we'll see you.